folks, we are back, and it's time to start the busiest week ever in this channel's history. We're here for week number 17 of the 2025 NFL season. Merry Christmas to all of y'all. Hope y'all are having a safe one so far. We're about to get into some Christmas Day football. Honestly, these two matchups we're doing today may not be good ones, but we're going to roll with it. So, we got ourselves a battle of the NFC North to kick things off. It's the second game of the slate, but the first one we're doing on stream. We got the Detroit Lions led by Jared Goff, who are fighting desperately to keep their playoff hopes alive, especially after suffering a loss to the Steelers last week on Sunday. Their opposition, a familiar foe. Only thing is, not being led by J.J. McCarthy. Lions opposition, the Minnesota Vikings, led by Max Brosmer, the third-string quarterback. So, Lions trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Vikings just trying to play spoiler. So, we are ready to get things started. Yeah, like I said, Lions-Vikings. Oh, buddy. Now, one thing I will mention, in terms of uniforms, both of these teams are rocking their alternates. The Lions are in their black and neon blue alternates, while the Vikings, they're in their whiteout uniforms. So, with this being said, we're just moments away from kicking this off. Now, I will mention, as you can tell, it's in a gray background. Problem is, if I put this on a white background, you won't see either the number that they score or when they score a touchdown, because the text is in white. There's not really much I can do about that. So, this was the closest I could get to making it white. Just this, a light gray. But, of course, I put the purple border on their jerseys around the logo. I actually had to use the Gridiron Uniform database because, well, logos are black and white. But, we're rolling with it, and we're going to get to it here. Alright. Finish up the last of my tamales because, yes, I'm a Tejano, I'm a Mexican. A Texan-Mexican, if you will. Meaning, yes, my family actually makes and eats tamales at Christmas, so this is one of our traditions. Oh, Jesus! Well, we'll be eating that anytime soon. At least that's it, a tiny little piece. Alright. This one's still good. I didn't drop it, thankfully. Finishing up the rest of this before I start the game. All right, there we go. Excuse me? Why is Kelly Clarkson on my screen? They're supposed to kick off the Cowboys game, not this game. Come on now, stop it. No disrespect to her, but I'm not a fan of her. I'm just going to be honest. I'm really not. Yeah, she's a Texan at heart, but I think it's just because of the fact that what she's done on her talk show has been notorious for being bad, at least in my eyes. I'm sorry. Yes, she's a fellow Cowboys fan, but I can't support her music. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll have a change of heart later on, but for now, it's not for me. All right. Oh, just missed the coin toss, so now I don't know who's going to get the ball. But we'll soon find out. All right, well, looks like Minnesota will start with it. Well, and away we go from Minnesota. Let's get this game started. Oh, and on the kickoff return, loses his balance and falls all the way down to the 25-yard line. Well, would have been a good return if he kept his footing. All right, so here comes Max Brosmer. Has not had a single touchdown in his starts for Minnesota, and he's thrown 4 interceptions in his career. So yeah, needless to say, this might not be as good of a game as we think it'll be, because McCarthy's out. Oh, and yeah, he was a victim of the turf monster. Miles Price, the wide receiver rookie out of Indiana, and now he's slow to get up after losing his balance on the kickoff return. So this is really how it's going to start, huh? With an injury timeout right out of the gate. Dang. That's going to suck. Game starting, you return the kick, and then you get injured after being a victim of the turf monster. Miles Price, man, I hope he's all right. Dang. All right, well, after quite a start to this game, Vikings are off and rolling. Here's Brosmer on first down. And he has to throw it away. His pressure got into his face right out of the bat. Right off the bat. Yeah, this is not going to be a good game, but we're gonna roll through it, folks. This is 7 games. Good or bad, I'm going to have to stick through them. Luckily, I've got some energy because big old Quick Trip cup of Dr. Pepper here. Plus, I've got more out in the living room if I need to replenish on my caffeine. Try not to choke on it while I'm at it here. 2nd down and 10. Hand off to Aaron Jones. And he gets blasted for a gain of just 1. Oh, boy. Right out of the gate, the Lions are not making this easy for the Vikings. Brings up 3rd and 9. But they've only progressed half a yard so far. Wow. 3rd down and 9. Brosmer, under pressure, sacked! Oh my God! Alex Anzalone ends the drive for Minnesota as they go 3 and out. Oh, buddy. Brosmer had no chance with Anzalone hot on his tail. Oh my God, he did not give him a chance. Oh my God. Severely backed up to the 19. Now they got a punt. Well, that was a quick opening drive that was for naught. Detroit will try a return and be forced out of bounds at the 37-yard line. So Minnesota not doing anything. The best forward progress they achieved was half a yard. This season, Jared Goff, on the other hand, compared to Brosmer, has been a stud. 68.6% completion percentage, over 4,000 yards, over 30 touchdowns. Now, that might be career stats. I'm not sure. All right, first down for Detroit from their own 37. Goff throws it up wide open. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll get just enough for a first down. Unlike the Vikings, who went 3 and out, Lions get a first down in 1 play. Blown coverage on St. Brown will get you that. This Vikings defense is not all that. Now from their own 48. Was held in check severely last week against Pittsburgh. Only 4 receptions for 54 yards for St. Brown, so they're going to try to utilize him more. On first down here, a handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs will pick up about 5. Crazy thing is, I've got the ring light on, as you can see, but that light outside is brighter. 2nd and 6 from the Minnesota 48. Turns out it was a gain of 4 by Gibbs. Goff, now he gets sacked! Is that Harrison Smith on the sack? Good Lord. Well, momentum got halted a little bit. Now the Lions have a 3rd and long. Dang. No chance to get out of there, really. Nobody even blocking Smith. Now they're bounced up to their own 45 on a 3rd and 13. Quick throw from Goff. Tosses to Gibbs. A long way to go. And will be brought down at the 45 of the Vikings, about a couple yards shy of the first down. But this is Dan Campbell we're talking about here, so I wouldn't be surprised if they went for it here, and the offense is staying where they are. Under Dan Campbell since 2021, they've been first in conversions and attempts. They're the most riskiest team on fourth downs. Right now they have a fourth down at the Minnesota 45, and it's 4th and 3. And we got some movement, our first penalty of the game. Question is, who jumped? Why does Goff always want to try to barge into what the officials are trying to talk about with the penalty? I feel like every Lions game I've watched, I've noticed when a penalty happens, Goff just tries to barge in and listen in on what they're talking about. You're not going to accomplish anything by trying to listen in. And it was a false start, so now they got a punt. I don't imagine them going for it now. Oh, that's offside. What the heck? Clearly, the replay showed otherwise. The Viking player jumped early. Wow, the Lions got robbed. That should have been offsides and a first down. Can't believe that they got flagged for a false start. Completely the wrong call. Because of that, the Lions punted back to the Vikings. Ball takes a bounce into the end zone for a touchback. That was a terrible penalty, man. Clearly the Viking player jumped early, yet they flagged Detroit for that. Makes absolutely no sense. Y'all got the wrong guy, officials. What the heck? Ugh. Hopefully this doesn't turn out to be one of those defensive dominance games. Before anybody says anything, yes, I'm in my Christmas attire, and yes, these are actually dress pants. I didn't wear jeans to today's church event or Christmas for once. But yeah, it was this year proved to be exciting. Not going to go into too many details about what happened at the Mass. All right. First down for the Vikings. They hand off to Aaron Jones. Doesn't get much of anything. Oh, Jesus. Now they got Max Brosmer's family watching from the stands. Well, it's expected, so I shouldn't really be surprised. 2nd and 8 from the 23. Brosmer. Out to his left. He's got pressure in his face, and he's got to throw it away again. And there's also a flag down. Is this situation about to get worse for him? Nope. Defensive holding on Detroit. That is a first down for the Vikings. The cornerback, Rock Yassin, flags for the defensive hold. It'll be a first down for Minnesota. First down, toss to Justin Jefferson, making his first catches with the Vikings in this game. And he gets about 4. There's AJ McCarthy from the sideline, suffered a hand injury last week. All right, brings up 2nd and 5. Hand off to Aaron Jones. First down. Vikings move the chains. First down from the 43. Brosmer's pass is caught. Jefferson again. Down to the 49. Just a yard shy of the first down. Vikings starting to pick up a little bit of momentum here. Gain of 9 by Double J. Already 2 receptions for 14 yards. 2nd and 1. And there is a timeout taken. Minnesota uses their first timeout. Second and 1, they try a handoff, and Aaron Jones is denied. No gain on that run. 3rd down and 1 coming up. On 3rd down, Brosmer will easily get the first down and more inside the Lions' 40-yard line. Well, Brosmer showing a little bit of mobility. First down, Vikings. Whew. On first down, handoff to Jones. Brought down to the 31-yard line. Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. Second and 5. Brosmer throws to Jones and gets blasted. Oh! They were ready for that one. Going way backward. Loss of 5 on that carry on that reception to Jones that went backward. Now it's 3rd down and 10. Brosmer. Under pressure, they got him again! This time it's Aiden Hutchinson. 2 of the biggest names of the Lions defensive unit come home and sack Brosmer. Last drive it was Anzalone. This drive it was Hutchinson. And that will end the Vikings' drive. Flag is down at the end of the play. There might have been some tensions flaring. Or not. They pick it up. They pick up the flag. It's 4th down. And I think if we're being honest, that sack might have taken them out of field goal range. So I think they have to punt this away to the Lions. Jesus, a loss of 14. Yeah, they're definitely going to have to punt. Good Lord. Well, they went really far back. Good God. It's a given now that they have to punt it away. All right, so here's the punt to Detroit. We'll try a return again, and that doesn't work. Brought down at the 8-yard line, and that'll be where the Lions will start their next drive. Dang. Well, Lions will go back to work in just a moment. I gotta say, I don't put hair gel often on my head, but for this momentous occasion at Christmas, I felt like I had to do it. You can see it. There's the hair gel right there. Like, I legitimately went all out in, like, dressing up for this mass. Christmas as a whole. Like, this is a tradition. Don't mess around with this. All right, first down for Detroit. They try a handoff to Jahmyr Gibbs, and Sonic will only pick up 3 yards. Handoff on second down. They go to Knuckles this time. David Montgomery. It's going to depend on the spot, but I believe he picked up the first down. And ever since Dan Campbell has become the play caller in Week 10, the offense has taken a significant boost. Yep, he did pick it up. First down, Detroit from the 19. And a timeout on the field. Because Minnesota is challenging. Vikings are challenging the ruling on the field that Montgomery picked up the first down. So this is going to be interesting. So, they're going to take a look at it, they're going to review it, and get the ruling here in a moment. The effects of the Dr. Pepper caffeine are already wearing off. The heck? Let's see. The knee might be down short of the first down. And they overturn it, so it turned out Montgomery did not have enough. So now becomes a 3rd and short. Montgomery in the backfield on a 3rd and 1. Oh, they fumbled the snap! They fumbled the snap, and Minnesota with the recovery. Oh, no! Disaster strikes Detroit. The 3rd and short was a given. But they fumbled the snap, and Van Ginkel, the man who makes the recovery for Minnesota. Unreal. On a 3rd and short yard, they fumble the snap against all odds, and the Vikings will take over. Wow. That's a crazy sequence of events. And just like that, Minnesota has it at the Detroit 16-yard line. Give to Aaron Jones on 1st down. He'll pick up 9. Wow. Who would have thought? Who would have thought this would be what was going to happen? Second and 1. Jones again will get the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 5. First and goal. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Justin Jefferson. Overthrew him by a mile. Man, not even close. Second and goal. Jones trying to push through. Just short of the goal line, down at the 1. 3rd and goal coming up. Oh, so close. All right, 3rd and goal. Under 2 to go in this first quarter. Back to Jones. He's in for the touchdown. Aaron Jones gets the Vikings on the board, and they cash in on the fumble recovery. Wow. Just his 2nd rushing touchdown this season. Extra point is good. And the Vikings are up early, 7-0 after cashing in on the Goff fumble. Okay, mute that desktop audio. Oh, jeez, if I'm yawning this early, that's not a good sign. All right, here's the kickoff to Detroit. The return from the 5. And out of bounds at the 30. Detroit now all of a sudden's got to try to strike back. All right, first down from the 30. Give to Montgomery. He can only pick up 2 yards. Hey. Second and 8. Final minute of the first quarter. Just get the snap off in time. Goff throws it in the air. It's going to be caught. First down for Jamison Williams. Lions move the chains. All right, first down from the 47 of the Lions. Still in their own 47. And they're going to end the quarter. I just saw the game clock winding down. All right, first quarter's over. And Detroit looking for some kind of momentum. And I still got water in here, so. $30 seconds. You know, the one thing I like about the Netflix ad breaks is that they have like a little timer, so you know exactly how long it'll take for them to return to the game, which is good. The other games that air on TV don't have like a timer and anything like that. Netflix does. I think it's one of the perks. All right, second quarter starting now. All right, first down for Detroit from the 47-yard line. And up the Gibbs into Vikings territory to the 48. And nothing gives again on second at 6. Only gets a gain of 2, gets blasted. The ball comes out. Minnesota recovers again. Another turnover for the Vikings defense. Yep, out well before Gibbs goes down. No doubt about it, that's a fumble. Jahmyr Gibbs fumbling. And the Vikings get their second fumble recovery of this game. Wow. Who would have thought this would be how this game would be going? Minnesota takes over from the Detroit 47-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones down to the 45. Wow. I don't know what to say, man. I have no idea what has been going on here. Huh. And how ironic. The Vikings have had fewer turnovers in their 7 wins than their 8 losses. 7-7 wins compared to 22 in 8 losses. Second and 8 from the 45. Rosmer throws off the hands and bobble, but still caught. Sims with the catch. Third down. All right, it'll be 3rd and 5. Woo! From the 42. And we got movement. False start on Minnesota. Moving back 5. Blake Brandel, the guard, flagged for it. So now it becomes 3rd and 10. Back up to the 47. And more movement before the set. Good Lord. Is it another false start? Dang, it is. Jalen Naylor now flagged for a false start. Man. Now they went from a 3rd and 5 to a 3rd and 15 with those 2 straight false starts. Rosmer on 3rd down. Pressure tripped up from behind and he gets sacked. Guess who? It's Hutchinson again. His 2nd sack of the game. Barely tripping up Rosmer from behind as he was trying to run away. Here's the punt to the Lions. Touchback. All right, so Lions will start their next drive from their own 20. Whew. All right, I will be right back. Let me get some water here. Have to hold that thought on the water. Just grab my snack that was like across from here, and there's still water in here, so should be good. All right, here we go. Lions will start the next drive from their own 20. First down. Montgomery collides into Goff, and that play is going to end in disaster. Van Ginkel sacks Goff. Whole bunch of miscommunication, and that leads to them moving backwards on the first play of this drive. Man, absolutely nothing going right for Detroit. Amazed Goff didn't just get rid of it. Now you've lost 6 yards on the sack, and you've gone backwards already. Wow. Second and 16. They almost didn't get it off in time. Goff throws over the middle. Incomplete for Gibbs. This is not the same Lions team we saw contending with, or at least the same Lions team that contended with Pittsburgh last week on Sunday. Lions in some trouble here. Third 16. Goff throws. It's caught by Isaac Tasla. Inside the 40. First down, and they convert it. Wow. On a third and 16 to Tasla. The luxury card brand named inspired receiver. Isaac Tasla Cybertruck. No, stupid joke. All right, first down from the 42-yard line as they are able to convert it. Here's Gibbs, wrapped up immediately and just gets a single yard. Dang. Second and 9. Quick pressure on Goff, and that pass is incomplete as it gets broken up. Boy, the Vikings brought an all-out blitz, and it paid off. Except now the Lions have a third and 9. And it just gets tougher. Third and 9. They just get the snap off in time. Pressure on Goff, throws to his left, and it's caught for the first down. Amon-Ra St. Brown with the chain mover reception. Move those chains for the Lions. Okay, there we go. Handoff on first down to Gibbs. Powering through Vikings defenders' tackles, and he'll get 9. Dang. They hand off to Gibbs on first down. Gets out of tackles. Man, how does this guy keep doing it? On a 2nd and 1, Gibbs picks up the first down. Gibbs had surpassed Barry Sanders last week for most touchdowns in his first 3 seasons at 48. Sanders held that record for quite a while. First down from the Minnesota 30. Goff throws to his right, and what kind of a throw was that? Had 2 receivers in the area, but neither one of them even saw it coming. Second down, Goff throws to St. Brown, and he goes backwards. Tackled 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Disaster striking Detroit again. 3rd and 15 coming up. On 3rd and 15. Pressure on Goff again, out to his right. Escapes. Throws. Caught! St. Brown does it again. First down for Detroit. I'm amazed Goff didn't get sacked with the amount of pressure he had coming right at him. Throw wasn't perfect either, but St. Brown caught it. Oh, boy. First down now from the 12. They give it to Gibbs, and he stopped at the 10. And we have an injury on the field on the Detroit offensive line. Sewell is hurt. That might be Penei Sewell. If it is, that's a huge blow. take an injury timeout. Dang. Oh, good God, that injury didn't look good. The left foot of Sewell bent as he was getting tackled. Oh, Lord. Hand off to Gibbs on 2nd and 8. He only gets 2 yards again. All right, third down and 6. Third down and 5, excuse me. Goff throws. It's going to be caught. St. Brown did not quite pick up the first down from the looks of it. To look at the spot, but I think this is short. Should be 4th and a short 1 yard. Yeah, that doesn't look like he got it. He might be just short. Here we go with the 4th and short. Remember what happened when they were in a short situation? They don't fumble it, and now they whistle the play dead because there was a flag. Why are they taking so long to talk about it? Just make a call already. It's not that difficult. Is this last play for St. Brown's catch about to undergo further review? They pick up the flag, man. What the heck? I don't know what the hell they were conversing about. So we're going to try again on a 4th and 1. Montgomery is going to try to push through. It's going to be close. Did he get it? Oh, good God, it's close. Based on where the official at the bottom of the field ran to, it looked like he got it. There was no quit at Montgomery. I don't know, though. This angle might give it to me here. Oh, my God. It's like right on it. He should have it. And yes, he does. He barely picked it up. They will give him the first down. It's 1st and goal. But unsurprisingly, Minnesota's going to challenge again. That looks like he picked it up. I mean, it's on the line. I think Minnesota's about to lose their 2nd timeout because of this. That just looks like he picked it up, and unsurprisingly, it stands. 1st and goal for Detroit. They hand off, and Montgomery is wrapped up. So Minnesota will actually lose their 2nd timeout because of the failed challenge. And after the failed handoff, the clock is winding down. They could run this down to the 2-minute warning here, not necessarily run a play. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. So, 2-minute warning is upon us, folks. 2 minutes remain in the first half. All right. Snoop Dogg is getting ready for to perform at the halftime show, so I'll be listening in but muting the mic. Meanwhile, though, here we are coming out of the 2-minute warning. It's going to be 2nd and goal for Detroit. They are desperately trying to get on the board. From the 3. Goff. End zone incomplete. Just off the reach of the receiver. And that now brings up a 3rd and goal. 1:56 remaining in this half. Keep in mind, Detroit gets the ball to start the second half. 3rd and goal. Montgomery will be denied. They try a run play and it does not work. 4th and goal. Do they dare go for it? It looks like they are going to go for it. They're backed up to the 4, however. All right, 4th and goal. Timeout taken by the Lions. They will use their first one. And the Skull Chants are going crazy in Minnesota. It's 4th and goal for Detroit. 1:10 remaining. 4th and goal from the 4. Goff looking, end zone, it is going to be caught! Touchdown Lions, it is Isaac Tesla! And he might have gotten hurt making the catch. Nope, gets back up on his feet. He's unfazed. Might be a little hurt and banged up when making the catch, but Tesla, what a grab in mid-air with 2 defenders on him. And the Lions get on the board and are an extra point away from tying this game up. Why'd they whistle the extra point play dead? Good God. I don't know what happened there. All right. Extra point to tie it up. It is good. We are tied in this NFC North clash. Jeez Louise, a 10-minute drive? Golly, man, that took way longer than they wanted it to. All right, here is the kickoff to Minnesota with 1:05 left and one timeout remaining. We'll see if they can get some points before the end of the half. All right, kick is away. Touchback taken. They'll start at the 35. All right, first down from the 35. Brosmer, under pressure, hit as he throws and gets rid of it. Brosmer's not handled that pressure well. Oh, but there's a late flag. Hold up. Illegal contact on the Lions. That'll give the Vikings a first down. DJ Reed. Flag for the illegal contact. First down, Minnesota with 59 seconds left. Penalty moves them to their own 40. Brosmer throws. It is going to be caught by Aaron Jones for a gain of 4. Conserving the timeout. Second down at 6. Brosmer is sacked again. Muhammad with his first sack of the game. And their 4th sack on Brosmer this game. That is going to force the Vikings to burn their final timeout, as they now have a 3rd and 16 with 35 seconds left. Third and 16, backed up to the 34. Brosmer hit as he throws. It's going to be caught by Jones, but not enough for the first down as he gets brought down to the 44. And Aaron Jones a little slow to get up. And he has not gotten up at all. He gets 10 on the carry. Or 10 on the reception. And oh, good God. Oh, that was an awkward tackle on Aaron Jones. His left leg got caught in some sort of like a Heimlich. Like, that left leg did not extend outward when he got tackled. It's almost like the left leg was compressed a little bit as he went down. And that may be what led him to getting injured. Because he was going to the ground, the leg never extended outward. It just stayed bent like this. So, hopefully Jones is all right. That injury looked pretty bad. All All right, 4th down and 6, and the Vikings left the punt. Here's the punt. Nobody from Detroit returning it. And they tried to keep it out, and the Vikings try to keep it out of the end zone, but it doesn't work. So, here's how Detroit can clinch the playoffs. They got to win their last 2 games. Green Bay is going to have to lose out. So, the best the Lions can do is clinch the 7th seed. But in order for that to happen, Detroit would have to win out, while Green Bay would have to lose out. So needless to say, with that loss to Pittsburgh, it really hurt their chances because now they don't control their destiny anymore. Lions will start from the 20. 18 seconds left. Lions have 2 timeouts. Goff pressured immediately. Trying to get rid of it. He gets sacked. That'll end the half. They were going to try to do something, but that sack, forget about it. Well, they're officially at halftime. And as I mentioned, Detroit will get the ball to start the second half. So, best to not run another play right now, you know. All right. I will be back in a few. I'm just gonna lie back and stretch my back for a little bit. Okay, so I rested my back. I listened to the halftime show with the mic muted because, of course, copyright. We don't want that to happen. And I gotta say, Snoop's show did not disappoint. Of course, he had special guests, but of all people, I didn't expect freaking Audrey Nuno, Ray Ami, and fucking EJ to be the one of his guests, the freaking singing actresses for K-pop Demon Hunters. Yes, I've seen that film, and yes, I'm a fan. Don't judge me, okay? It's only because of Fortnite that I've even heard of the freaking movie, alright? If it wasn't for the fact that I played Fortnite during Halloween, I wouldn't have heard of this movie, and I wouldn't have taken the effort to watch it. So, don't judge me, okay? Because I'm watching you. Yeah, there's going to be people that are going to judge me. Who cares? Judge me, don't judge me, it doesn't matter. But anyway, ran over. We're moving swiftly along from that. We're just a few minutes away from starting the second half. All right, here we go, folks. Time to start the third quarter. You know what I find crazy? Noah Eagle and Drew Brees are the commentator and analyst duo. I wouldn't be surprised if Noah's father, Ian Eagle, was the commentator for the Cowboys Commanders game earlier today. You know what? Let's actually find that out, shall we? Oh yeah, he was. Ian Eagle, Nate Burleson, and Matt Ryan. Oh, so yeah, it was Ian Eagle that called that first game. And guess what? Noah's got to go to Green Bay on Saturday to call the Peacock exclusive game. Alright, well, in any case, it's time for the second half. As mentioned so many times, Detroit will start with it. Let's jump back into the swing of things on our Christmas stream and get back into the game. It's a 7-7 ball game. We are tied up. And pretty much for the most part, it's been defensive dominance this first half. All right, Will Record will kick it away. And we continue from Minnesota. Here's the return. That's the 30, down to the 34. And that'll be where the Lions will start their opening drive of the second half. All right, first down from the 33. Here's Gibbs. Nothing! Boy, wrapped up immediately. Man, no gain on that one. Second down. Second down. Goff throws to his right. Caught despite taking a hit. St. Brown is still going. He reaches for it. Did he pick up the first down on that second effort? Well, I don't know how St. Brown took those two hits and then dragged a Minnesota defender with him. He picked it up. Holy cow. What an effort by Amon-Ra St. Brown to make the catch and then just drag the Minnesota defender on his way to a dive for the first down. All right, now from the 43. Give to Montgomery. He can't do much better than Gibbs. Just gets 3 on the carry. Second down and 8 from the 45. Montgomery, a little more running room, and he'll get down to the 50. That'll be as far as he goes, and that brings up a third down. Third down and 3 from midfield. They try a handoff. That's going to depend on the spot. He didn't get it. Montgomery is going to be denied by a half a yard. It is going to be 4th and short. And we know Dan Campbell's mentality, going for it. Lions have had 2 4th down attempts in this game, and they've converted them both. 4th and 1. And they whistle the play dead. And I saw one of the officials do this. That's a false start. That will end that attempt. They will not go for it here. They're going to punt. Shane Zylstra jumped early for the false start. And that makes it 4th and 6, and the Lions will punt. Here's the punt. Fair caught at the 13. All right, first down from the 14. And up to Aaron Jones, who was able to return to the field after sustaining an injury earlier in the game. And he gets a gain of just 1. Second and 9. Rosner's pass is incomplete. Third and 9 coming up. The defensive dominance continues in this game. Justin Jefferson now is only 8 yards away from tying Randy Moss for most receiving yards in their first 6 seasons in NFL history. Jefferson's at 83.63. Top spot's at 83.75. Third down and 9. Rosner's pass is going to be caught by the aforementioned Justin Jefferson, but he will not have enough for the first down. They go 3 and out. But do the Vikings dare go for it? It's a 4th and 3. I don't think they do. Nope, they're going to punt. All right, here is the punt. Return from the 34, Khalif Raymond trying to get something. It'll be forced out at the 36. That's as far as he goes. Either way, Lions will take over in what's considered their best field position so far. All right, first down from the 36. Hand off to Gibbs. Well, they've just found an answer for Gibbs, man. 1 yard gained again. Second and 9. Pressure on Goff, and he goes down. Sacked by the Vikings. Yep, it's defensive dominance, folks. That's what it is. At this point, ever since the 2 touchdowns have been scored by each team, no other scoring has been going on here. It's been defensive dominance. Now it's 3rd and 18. Third and 18. Goff throws it as high as he can throw it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Murphy of the Vikings. And Minnesota gets another turnover. Intended for Tesla. Murphy takes it out of his grasp. And Minnesota continuing their defensive plays. Wow, this is just unbelievable. All right, first down from the 37 for the Vikings after the interception. Brosmer. Pressure will run. Brosmer down to the 43. As he dives after he runs. Flag is down as well. Didn't see that. Oh, good God. Defensive holding on the Lions. Rock Yassin gets flagged for another defensive hold. And that's going to get the Vikings a first down. Here is... I believe they handed off to their second string running back, Ty Chandler. He gets a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Second and 6, a toss to Josh Oliver for the first down. And the man who picked off Goff earlier, Byron Murphy. It was who I thought it was. First down from the 41. Hand off to Chandler. Chandler takes it, Chandler, not Chandler. Jeez. Chandler picks up 5. Second and 5. Chandler again will run for the first down at the 30-yard line of Detroit. Should have mentioned they were deep in Lions territory. All right. First down for Minnesota. Meanwhile, Alex Anzalone heading to the sideline apparently took an injury that I wasn't aware of. What happened here? What, did his head bend back? It was hard to tell from that angle what kind of injury Anzalone sustained. First down from the 31. Back to Chandler. This time the Lions wrap him up for a gain of just 1. But why did I do that? That was a terrible thing. That was the worst thing I could have done in that moment. No, stop it, JC. Stop it. God, what are you doing? On second down, Brosmer is in trouble. He tries to run and he gets tripped up. Nothing picked up on that run attempt. Third down and long coming up for Minnesota. 3rd and 8, pressure on Brosmer. He gets sacked. Muhammad again with his 2nd sack of the game. I think they brought Brosmer down 5 times at this point. Now they're going to have to go for a field goal. All right, here's Reichard. To end our long scoring drought, it's good. And the Vikings take a 10-7 lead, and we finally have some scoring happening. God, the defensive dominance is split to a slight end. But for it to truly end, we need to see a touchdown happen. So, not out of the woods yet. All right, now we'll get some water. Now I'll be right back. Don't know why I didn't get it at halftime, but I digress. Be back. Okay. All right, here's the kick to the Lions. Here's the return to the 30, and that's as far as he goes. Oh, God. Jameer Gibbs' season sleigh ride. 3 fastest rush play speeds in the NFL this season. 348 yards before contact this season, 2nd most in the NFL. 17 scrimmage touchdowns this season, 2nd most in the NFL. Oh, my God. Yet somehow Minnesota's been keeping him in check. The duo of Sonic and Knuckles is being kept in check. Both in week 9 and today. Apparently the Vikings have been his kryptonite. I saw it unfold in week 9, and it's more of the same here in week 17. Goff's pass is intercepted. He throws another pick. one play from scrimmage, and the Vikings get another turnover. Oh my God. Wow. Intercepted by Harrison Smith. What is Detroit doing? If they lose here, they're eliminated. Intended for St. Brown, right in the hands of Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are back in business yet again. As they take over from the Detroit 42. Here's Brosmer. Throws it up and it's incomplete for Jordan Addison. Wow. That is Goff's second interception of the game. Well, I'm certainly glad I didn't start him over Drake May. I mean, that's kind of a given, though, if we're being honest. Second and 10. They hand off to Chandler. I don't know why I keep treating it like it's SH instead of CH. Chandler gets just a few yards. Third down coming up. Third and 6. Brosmer. Pressure. Throws it away. And the Vikings cannot capitalize. Here's the field goal try by Reichard. Turned out they were going to go for a field goal, and it's good. A 56-yard attempt by Reichard is good. The Vikings are able to cash in as they get 3 more points. And they lead it 13-7 with 1:57 left to go in the third. All right, here is the kickoff to the Lions. Here's the return. And I believe he's down at the 34, 29-yard line. First down from the 34. Handoff to Gibbs. Gets 4. Oh, yep, I was right. If the Lions lose this, they are eliminated from playoff contention. They cannot afford to take this loss to Minnesota. Second and 6. Gibbs. Stuffed up at the 40, a gain of only 2. Third and 4. Goff throws to his left. It is going to be caught. St. Brown for the first down. And keep it moving. Clock will wind down. They will more likely take it to the end of the quarter. Third quarter's over, folks. One more quarter left. All right, we'll switch to the fourth quarter. Boop. Oh, good Lord. Another fumble. Another fumble. And the Vikings recover yet again. It's time to write the Lions' names in the death note. Because your chances of making it to the playoffs are going to be absolutely deleted the way you keep playing. Deleted! Goff gets strip sacked, fumbles it, and the Vikings recover yet again. Deleted, you hear? Delete, 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 delete. 5 turnovers in a single game for the Lions right now. What is happening? This is not the Lions team we knew from earlier in the season. Here's Brosmer on first down, tosses it to Jones as he's getting hit. Aaron Jones picks up 6 yards. Oh, and we got a flag. Wow. Unbelievable, man. I don't know. What is Goff doing? Like, I genuinely can't figure it out. Five turnovers in this game. As for the flag, it was a hold on Minnesota, so they go back to midfield. First and 20, now Brosmer fumbles. Oh, man, Brosmer tried to throw. It ended up going to the ground. Fumbled it, and he recovered it, but they go backwards. It slipped out of Brosmer's hands right before he was going to throw it. So they go backwards a bit now. I think it'll be second and 24. Yep, second and 24. Brosmer throws, tipped and incomplete for Aaron Jones. Oh, Lord. Third and 24. Hand off to Jones, and not even close. Only got back to midfield. All right, so Vikings have to punt as they are unable to take advantage of the fumble recovery. Here's the kick to Detroit. Return from the 9. And out of bounds at the 15. Ugh. 12:55 left in this game, and the Lions have committed a lot of turnovers. No way they commit a 6th one in this game, right? Apologies in advance if that jinx actually was effective. On first down, they try a run with Gibbs. He picks up what looked to be 5. Make that 4. Second and 6. Gibbs will pick up 5 more. All right, third down and 1. And he'll get the first down as Goff sneaks it. Give to Gibbs on first down, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Man, doesn't get anything. $16 rushes for 44 yards for Gibbs. Horrible stats, man. Again, the Vikings have proved to be his kryptonite. Second and 10. Gibbs again, and he gets wrestled behind the line of scrimmage. Now he loses yardage. Nothing's going right for the Lions at all. They're going to be eliminated if they keep this up. Third and 13. Awful throw caught by St. Brown, but nowhere near enough for the first down. At this point, they got to go for it, but they're going to punt. Man, this is not the Lions' night. This game has been a disaster ever since they scored that touchdown. Jack Fox to punt this away. And it will bounce out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Minnesota's going to have what's undeniably their worst field position of this game. Start with a handoff on first down to Chandler. Only gets 3 yards. Second and 7, Chandler. Only gets a couple of yards. This game's been a letdown ever since those touchdowns were scored. Golly. Third and 5. Brosmer is hit as he throws it. Is it a backwards pass recovered by the Lions for a touchdown? Was the arm of Brosmer going forward when he threw that? No, it wasn't. They rule it incomplete. Still, the Lions force the Vikings to go 3 and out. Let's see. Yeah, the arm went forward. No doubt that's an incompletion. Even though the ball doesn't move like it would when he throws it, his arm was moving forward, so it is incomplete. So 3 and out force from the Lions defense. Lions should get it in favorable field position. Backing up a little bit from the 35, Khalif Raymond on the return. And he'll get down to the 45. At this point, it's desperation mode for Detroit. They've got to do something. If they keep committing turnovers the way they've been playing in this game, they're not going to have much of a chance. All right, first down. Goff will throw. Montgomery on the catch. Montgomery with a first down at the Minnesota 41-yard line. First time they moved the chains in quite a while. In quite a while. Jeez. The way I said it the first time was weird. All right, 6:40 remaining. First down from the Minnesota 42. Goff fakes the handoff to Montgomery, now tosses it to him, and Montgomery down to the 40. Of course I sneeze on camera. Muted, but... Dadgummit, man. Second down and 8. Back to Montgomery. He's still going. They push him to a first down. At the 31. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, we had an injury on the Minnesota defense. All right. Theo Jackson, the free safety out of Tennessee, is heading to the sideline under his own power. First down, hand out to Montgomery. Nothing but a yard. This is getting ridiculous. All right, 2nd and 8. Goff stepping back. Pass is tipped and incomplete for Amon-Ra St. Brown. 4:47 left. It's 3rd down. Man. Oh, they're collapsing. They had the smallest surge of momentum on this drive, and now it's collapsing immediately. Ugh. Third and 8. Pressure on Goff. Incomplete again. Broken up twice in a row. Now do they take the field goal to make it a 3-point game, or do they just go for it? At this point, I don't know which would be the better option. Like, this is just disappointing. Campbell not playing risky this time. He wants the field goal. They bring out Jake Bates for a 48-yard attempt. Good snap, good hold. It is good. The Lions finally get some points for themselves after the touchdown they scored early in the game. Only problem is they got to get one more stop on Minnesota. Let's see, still got about 50 minutes or so before the Christmas night game between the Broncos and Chiefs, which on paper would sound like an exciting matchup, but we got to remember Mahomes is out for the season, and even Gardner Minshew won't be able to get out there because he got hurt. So it's going to be Bo Nix taking on Chris Olado-kun. And I'm going to have to get used to saying that name throughout this next stream. Olado-kun. Lord have mercy. All right, here is the kickoff to Minnesota. Touchback taken. Vikings fishing for a quarterback. Oh, good Lord. McCarthy had 9 starts, record of 5-4. Wentz had 5 starts, 2-3. And Max Prosper making just his 2nd start today. Yeah. Golly, man. All right. First down for Minnesota. They hand off to Aaron Jones. Brought down to the line of scrimmage for no gain. No gain. Just 57 total yards on the night for Brosmer. Second and 10. And a timeout call by Minnesota as they were not able to get ready before the game clock would have wound down to nothing. Second down from the 35. Here's Jordan Addison, and he will not quite go the distance, or will he? A toss to Jordan Addison. Still waiting on a signal. They haven't signaled anything yet. And now they do. Touchdown Vikings. Jordan Addison. They rule it a touchdown. Question is, did he break the play before going out? That does not look like he did. But I could very well be wrong. Either way, though, it's ruled a touchdown. Extra point is good, and the Vikings are very well on their way to eliminating the Detroit Lions from playoff contention. man, I didn't unmute my mic. First down at the Minnesota 43 is Jamison Williams. Goff throws incomplete. Golly, man. Second down and 10. Goff with pressure in his face. Incomplete for St. Brown, who was wide open. Cannot make the catch. It's now 3rd and 10. And Goff fumbles the snap. It snapped over the head of Goff, and he can't get back on it. Van Ginkel with the recovery. This game and the Lions' playoff hopes are over. The Lions are done. Get them out of here. They are not the same team we knew a couple of years ago. Goff had it, but then Van Ginkel ripped it out of his hands. It is a Minnesota turnover. And in the final opportunity where the Lions had one more chance to potentially try to get something done, they cannot do so. They make another mistake and will go on to lose to the Minnesota Vikings. Only question is, did Van Ginkel touch Goff down by contact before ripping the ball out of his hands? Because right now they're taking a look at it. Oh, the heck was that? Oh, never mind. They confirmed it's a first down. And off to Jones. Gain of 2. Second and 7. Handoff and only a gain of 1. All right, 3rd and 5, 2:57 left, and Didn't even realize 2 timeouts were burned by Detroit. Third and 5. Brosmer throws. Jefferson's got a first down, and this game's officially done. The Vikings are going to go on to win it. Send the Lions to the death. No, they are eliminated. For the Lions to make it into the postseason, they had to win out, and the Packers had to lose out, and one loss meant that they were out. And this is the one that's going to happen because they're eliminated. Forget it. Finito. Going to have to run a play here before the 2-minute warning. Handoff, gain of 1, but it won't matter. Sorry, Goff. Y'all are going home. It's going to be a very sad Christmas day for y'all, as the Lions are going to lose to the Minnesota Vikings on Christmas Day. All right, we'll be right back. All right, 2nd and 9. Another handoff. Doesn't get much, but like I said, this isn't going to matter. Wow. Lions have had 6 turnovers Lions got 6 turnovers in the first time since 2011 when they faced the Cardinals. Golly, it's been that long. So they had 6 turnovers in a game? Yeesh. Third down, a run of 5 by Aaron Jones, but not enough of the first down. But like I said, this isn't going to matter. And the Lions will burn their final timeout. Again, none of this is going to mean anything. Now they're going to bring out Riker for the field goal to pretty much ice it. A 42-yard attempt with 1:08 left. And it's good. 23-10. Oh, boy. Well, this is definitely not the way I was expecting this game to go. Kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. 104, no timeouts left. Lions back to sucking and being a disappointment. First down, off throws. It's going to be caught by Tesla, past midfield for a first down. Time's not on their side, so they can rush all they want, but so much time is coming off of that clock, it's not even funny. First down, Goff throws, and that sail's incomplete for St. Brown. And St. Brown might be hurt now. Oh, good God, he is not gotten up. Oy! The way he landed after taking the hit from Byron Murphy. Oh, the left leg. Oy! Jeez, as if the Lions weren't going through enough already. Oh, and he is still down. Man. As if you weren't going through bad enough that your season's about to end at the hands of the Vikings. Now one of their star wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown, is hurt. Oh, boy. Injury timeout taken. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I've got like a funny video pulled up on the background just to well, actually, I don't know the reason. Second down from the 48 as St. Brown is on the sideline right now. Honestly, he'll stay there. Goff, wide open is Gibbs. Picks up the first down at the 35-yard line. That clock continuing to wind down. They cannot stop it. First down. Off throws to Leaf Raymond, and that'll do it. Not going to have enough time to get back out there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. The Lions had to win out and hope that the Packers lose out, but unfortunately for them, that's not going to be the case. The Minnesota Vikings spoil the Detroit Lions' playoff hopes and play spoiler, beating them 23-10. And as for Detroit, valiant effort, but not enough. The only team left in the hunt for the NFC playoff picture is Tampa Bay. And that's only because they're competing with the Panthers for the division. For the Detroit Lions, they have been eliminated from playoff contention. They will not be making it to the postseason. And that will do it. All right, so folks, I'm going to go ahead and call it for this stream. I'm going to take about a 20-minute break. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for the second Christmas game stream. And I will see you guys for the Christmas night matchup. That could be a boring one between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Until then, JC signing off for now. See you guys in 20 minutes.